What's up, guys? This is Brian from Apex Code. As you probably know, I have not posted in a long time. Here I've got Ashton. Ashton, can you tell me a bit about yourself, what you do? Just for those who don't know, just a bit of background about you.
Yeah, so my name's Ashton Proctor. Currently, right now, I am building a startup with my brother. It's called Headnoise. So we're basically making a exclusive athleisure wear brand and a community for people that are willing to invest in themselves. And we have this philosophy. So it's based on our three pillars of self-mastery, environment, and discipline. And we believe that if every individual is pursuing those three pillars every single day, then their life can't stay the same and it can't get worse. So it can only get better. So we have founders, entrepreneurs, students, athletes, any person that is willing to invest in themselves within the community and inside our environment, and we're building that up right now. So we're looking to launch start of next year, but it is a process. And yeah, so we're documenting all of this on our socials. So it'll be Proctor Brothers on YouTube, and then Ashton Proctor, and then Joey Proctor on the Instagrams.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
I am.
My brother is 19.
True. And what made you have this idea?
We've found that there's a lot of people that are willing to invest in themselves and want to be elite in every aspect. They're so isolated and it is so niche. So it is really hard to find a group of people that are on the same path and are following that same philosophy. So our thought is, all right, let's bring them together. Myself included, feel very isolated when I want to, pursue excellence, pursue greatness in any aspect. And yeah, everyone, especially in Australia, will tear you down and say that you can't do it. So we're kind of creating a community and environment for, like-minded people that want more with themselves.
That's so cool. And I guess a bit of background. This video, you will learn a lot. Ashton, you went to a billionaire event, 3 day?
Yeah, so I went to a 3 day event with a billionaire named JT Fox. So he's mainly in the AI segment, property, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, it was 3 days. It was meant to be 8 hours every single day, but I think it went to 13 hours every single day. And yeah, learned so much.
Damn. And in one sentence, could you describe what the billionaire event did to change your perspective?
I wouldn't say changed, I'd say reinforced on how much environment matters. So we have obviously building Headnoise with those three pillars, and he really enforced how much your environment matters. So that second pillar is environment. And yeah, environment is everything. So your network is your net worth is what he kept saying. And if you surround yourself with people that are pushing that tall poppy syndrome. For anyone that doesn't know what tall poppy syndrome is, it's when someone tries to do something out of the ordinary and the society or culture pulls you down. So he continually said tall poppy syndrome, tall poppy syndrome, tall poppy syndrome, and he was directly looking at Australia. So he was just saying, if you surround yourself with people that are trying to get towards whatever goal that you guys are trying to get towards, or people that are already there, then you're on the right path. But as soon as you start surrounding yourself with people that are going to pull you down and not believe in you, and sometimes it's not just the people that are going to say, okay, you can't do that, you'll never do it. It's sometimes the people that are saying, out of care, they're trying to go, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that, don't waste your money, don't waste your time. They're going to pull you down as much as the people that are like, yeah, you can't do that and you'll never do it. So that's kind of what I got reinforced. Not really anything changed, but yeah, definitely reinforced how much environment matters.
Yeah, I completely agree. Environment is everything. Walk us through day one. What actually happened? Was there like workshops, dinners?
We drove down to Sydney, my brother and I, and we got there to the Sheraton Hotel. So that's where it was. The event was at the bottom of the Sheraton Hotel. Stayed there the night. Got a lift in the morning. So I woke up early. Woke up at 5. Got a lift in at the hotel gym. Went back and got some breakfast, and then basically we sat down. There was a room probably 50 or 60 founders. And everyone had a business. Everyone was coming there to get coached one-on-one by JT Fox. So there was basically 50 to 60 people sitting down, mind you, we were the youngest people there. Like there was probably two other guys that were 17 that came from Melbourne on a 10-hour train, which was crazy to see, but everyone else was 50 plus. So
Damn.
everyone's net worth was 10 million plus. Everyone was wearing Rolexes, nice suits. So definitely fish out of water, but definitely the environment that we need to be in. But yeah, basically we sat down and they'd call everyone's name out and you got to sit up there. They call it the hot seat. So you basically got to sit up there and JT Fox would let you preach your business and what you need help from him with. And basically you'd say, so we got up there, pitched Headnoise, said what it's about, said what we need help with. And then he just obviously gave us some advice. So that was the first day, and then the second day, and then the third day was more working on implementing what he has taught us. So, and one thing that I did know, my brother told me before we got there, because he's actually met him before, is he is so ruthless. Like when I say ruthless, I mean everyone was saying this is the hot seat for a reason. He's going to try to make you cry. He's going to try to like checkmate you, he said. So he is absolutely ruthless, like swearing at you, saying that is pathetic, that is this, that is that. Thankfully, we came prepared. He said that we were very coachable, that we had our numbers right and we know what we're doing. And look, we are only in 3-4 months into Headnoise, but there's founders there that I think there was a guy that he was trying to get a $600 million deal with people in Dubai, and JT Fox looked him in the eyes, broke him down, asked him questions and said, that is bullshit. You're lying to me. And he knew he was lying and he just roasted him, like swearing at him. I thought the guy was going to cry, but it was a very good experience just to see how ruthless you have to be to get to the top. So yeah, that's kind of what the 3 days consisted of.
That's so interesting. And in terms of your game plan for your own business, has anything changed since those 3 days?
Yeah, definitely. He gave us a lot of advice on the things he did like about our business. So we did like the 3 pillars. He thought they resonated and were very a good kind of 3 pillars to focus on and lead people with. One thing he made sure to tell us is try and promote it more on social media. He just talked about branding and how important branding is. So he was saying that you could be a rocket scientist and you could know everything in the world about being a rocket scientist. But if you're not branded, you're going to get beat by the guy who knows 50% about rocket science because he is branded. He will get more deals because he is branded, because he is posting on social media, because people know him, because he's surrounding himself with the right people, because he's seen with people that are, or other people that are already knowledgeable in that area. So he just harped on about branding. So I think one thing that me and Joey definitely thought is, all right, we need to double down on social media and how important branding is. So he really, really harped on about that.
Branding, I see. And I mean, for all you guys that are watching, branding is super important. And I'm going to define it really quick as when you think of something, it's the gap of value. If I show you this water bottle, and you see the brand, you're immediately going to have a positive or a negative association with it. And the level of your brand is like how much of a positive or how much of a negative association you have. So things like Nike have excellent branding because you'll think athletes, you think really, really good things about them so they can charge more. If you find a shoe that does not have that Nike tick, they cannot charge as much as the shoe that does have the Nike tick. And that's the power of branding. And that's why it's so, so, so important.
Talked a lot about personal branding as well, and how it is just as important and even more important with personal branding. So if you can associate yourself with people that are already high in your kind of area of expertise, that is going to help you so much. If you're getting yourself out there on social media and everyone is seeing your face, that helps you so much. And I think he was saying that it's more important to be personally branded than the business branded, because let's say your business ship sinks, nothing's working, you're always going to be branded personally. No one can take that away from you. So that you basically want to be, all right, say I make drink bottles. Whenever someone sees a drink bottle, they need to be thinking of my face. That's how branded I need to be. Now, I don't care about cars or boats because I don't make them. But if I make drink bottles, as soon as someone sees a drink bottle, they need to think of Ashton Proctor's face. That's how branded you need to be.
I see. Branding is super, super important. I want to ask you, so in terms of that, you said he said that your social media and your personal brand, you guys are going to focus a lot more on it. What does that look like? Is it more posts? Is it more videos? Is it like a lot of research? What are you guys going to be posting?
So mainly just posting more, posting better quality content, and putting more time in the day in our social media. So if you think about it, when you're starting a business, you've got to allocate time for all different tasks. We're looking at social media as our marketing. And that's what he was saying is social media is your marketing. If you get great organic content and if you put yourself out there, you don't need to spend any money on marketing because you're branded and you're getting your content out there organically. So basically, let's say we're spending 20% on our social media, we'll double down on that and spend 40% now and then 60% on all the other stuff within the business. So basically just posting more, posting better quality content, getting out, doing more networking events, different podcasts and video calls like this. And that's really, really just our marketing.
I see, I see. When you were in the hot seat, what question nearly got you?
None, to be honest.
Really?
I'm not sitting here, none did. No, not really any. Me and Joey were really prepared. So I think we had the upper hand because we actually went in the hot seat on the second day. So we kind of got to see everyone fizzle out, fold under pressure, and see what kind of questions he was going to ask. So me and Joey, we were prepared before we came there on the first day. But then after that, we were like, right, we've got to double down on these things because we know he's going to ask that. So we did a first 13-hour day. We were cooked, but we knew that we had to stay up and we had to make sure that we had our numbers right, we had our script right, we had our questions that we wanted to ask right, because if we didn't, he was going to fry us. And when I say that he is ruthless, I mean he is ruthless. He had young women there. So they were like in their 30s, 40s, and he was trying to make them cry. Personally, that's not what I'm about, but he was just breaking them down. And look, he would come at us personally first and catch you off guard, and then he would come at you business related because me and Joey were breaking his tactics down. It's like he comes at you personally first, so it catches you off guard, and then you start to slip up on your numbers and the stuff that you say about your business, and then so smart, without you even knowing, you're revealing what is wrong with your business and what you're actually lying about. And look, his assistants told us, don't lie to him, don't do this, don't do that. People still lied to him. People still tried to get things past him. You can't get anything past that man.
That's so interesting, eh? People do lie. And like that lie, like I don't understand personally. I can understand why you'd lie to someone successful to try and be in their good eyes. But long term that doesn't like really benefit you at all.
No, because everyone's coming there for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
If you were where you wanted to be, you wouldn't be there getting help off JT. So that's what we thought as well. We're like, it is pretty silly for people to think, okay, I'm going to try and look good. And no, you're not. You're there for a reason. JT knows that you're not at his level or higher than his level, because then you wouldn't be coming to him for advice. So me and Joe were like, we're going to ask questions, shut our mouth, and just listen, because you learn the most when you're sitting there listening. It's every time you're talking, you don't learn anything.
Yeah, for sure. And then would you recommend an event like this for someone?
Totally. It was one of the best things that I've ever done. Now, my brain is very, very business driven, and it always has been, and so is Joey's, but it is more, I learned so much about people as much as I learned about business. I learned how this person was sitting and how they reacted to this and what JT was saying to that, and how he was breaking people down, looking at their body language, and so much business content. But really good networking event, really good at, just life skills.
Interesting. So you said you learned a lot about people. In terms of people, what do you mean? Like, is it going to be useful in the sense when you're going to communicate in the future? Your company, how is your company going to grow? Has the strategy changed at all? Or that's two completely separate, different questions. Start with the second one. Your company, is it changed anything you guys are going to do moving forward to make it grow?
Investing in people. So he talked about how environment matters so much, and it's not just the people that you surround yourself with outside of work, outside of business, it's the people that you're putting into your business. So he was talking about how the biggest companies in the world, if your first few hires they're bad hires, that can set your business for a terrible trajectory for the rest of however long you're trying to get that business up and going for. But the businesses that their first 5 hires were exceptional, those businesses just went up, up, up. But the businesses that their first hires weren't so good, that really, really set a downtone for the rest of what their business was about. Because if you think about it like this, you've got to build the best foundation that you can. And if your foundation is not right, as soon as you get up here, yeah, you might start to get up here, but it's just going to start falling down. And everything that is in this middle part, the top part, that you've thought you've built right, this bottom part is what you've built it off. And if this bottom part down here is not stable, this part is not staying up. It's coming down with this.
Completely agree. A bit of context for you guys. When I launched my company, you guys don't know what it is, and I'm going to keep it like that, but I had terrible first few employees. If you did work for me back then, you guys are my mates. I know you'll probably see this at some point, but you can understand the issues that I went through. And yeah, it's so right. You do need good staff. And right now I've got a good team, thankfully. Hopefully you can keep going that way. All right. So what was the first thing you did when you got home from your event?
So we were vlogging the whole thing. And
Oh, nice.
We are vlogging the whole process.
Yeah.
We basically got home, got in this office that I'm in now, and just debriefed everything and told everyone, kind of an overview of the 3 days. And then I was straight into my notes, and I was just rewriting them down. I think I wrote 50 to 100 pages of notes over the 3 days, probably more. And I just went down there, went through and just kind of summarized them, scribbled out the ones that I didn't want, and just put them into language that I can understand. Because when I'm taking notes, I'm just listening and writing scribble. Do it while my mind was fresh. Me and Joe talked over what we were going to do the next day. Our brains were fried, so we kind of writ that down, went to bed, and then woke up the next day. And that whole day on Monday consisted of, all right, where is Headnoise going, and what are we going to do to change? Because we learnt so much.
Where is Headnoise going, and what are you doing?
Headnoise is going to be the best environment for ambitious ladies and gentlemen all around the world. So that is our plan, to bring ambitious ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you are doing. If you are willing to invest in the Headnoise philosophy and invest in yourself, Headnoise is for you. We are very strict on who it is for and who it isn't for, because this is how we provide value for people that are actually inside the environment. If we just want to go and say, yeah, anyone can join, and we're really lackadaisical about who can come in, well, then it doesn't provide value for the people that are already in the community. If you do not want to follow the Headnoise philosophy of those 3 pillars of self-mastery, environment, and discipline, Headnoise is not for you. I can tell you that right now. It is not for you. But if you are willing to invest in yourself and invest in those 3 pillars and be surrounded by people that do want excellence and do want to master oneself, then Headnoise is for you. We're taking Headnoise as something that can bring ambitious ladies and gentlemen together all around the world. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your job is. If you are willing to invest in yourself, Headnoise is for you.
I see. And then how is Headnoise going to make money?
Headnoise, so we're doing it through apparel. So we're doing it exclusive apparel. We're going to make sure it is very exclusive. We're not trying to be a Nike. We're not trying to be a Alo Yoga where anyone can get Headnoise. We're making it exclusive so that our thought process is, if you see someone wearing Nike, they can be sitting on the couch all day, every day, doing nothing, or they could be doing an ultra marathon once a week. You just don't know when you see a person wearing a Nike shirt. But we want people to see a lady or gentleman wearing Headnoise and be like, right, I know that they're locked in. I know that they're following that Headnoise philosophy, and I know that they're under that same kind of umbrella of thinking. And I can go up to them and I can network with them. I can communicate with them. I can, even if I'm not going up and talking to them, I just know that is the type of person that I want to be surrounding myself with.
I see. All right, launch plan. I'm pretty sure you've got a lot of followers or a lot of people already pre-sold.
Yeah.
Where do they come from? How are they captured? And then what's the day-by-day, like, operations-wise? You have manufacturers? Are you
I'll start with the last question. We have got a few manufacturers that we are sorting out. So we're waiting for our samples to come through, and yeah, just check that they're all right. We've had some bad samples in the past that didn't fit how we wanted them to. And the problem with doing garments is it is such a long process because samples can take up to 2 to 3 months to come in. And then if they're not good, I've got to send them back and then get them back again. So it is kind of, you're hoping and praying that the first sample is correct. So then you can press go on bulk production, and then that can take two to 3 months to get in. So that whole process can take 4 to 6 months just to get one garment in bulk production. So it is a long time, and you've kind of got to plan ahead. So for the winter drop, we'll be planning in summer, and then for the summer drop, we'll be planning in winter. So you've kind of got to be ahead of the game. And then, sorry, what was your other two questions?
We're gonna expand on this a bit more, but why clothing? What was the reasoning for?
We felt that we didn't just do normal clothing because we wanted it to be represented of something that is a big part about the philosophy, which is your health. If you don't have your health, then you don't have anything. We wanted it because it is a emblem. We want it to be an emblem that people can wear and live through and have and can wear every single day and represent every single day. And we thought that clothing is the best way that they can represent that. We could make phone cases or bookmarks or this or that, but you can't that doesn't represent you. And clothing is something that people are very prideful with. People like feeling nice and putting a nice outfit on and putting time and effort into it. So we want to be able to have people wearing our athleisure gear and actually feel like they're wearing something more than just wearing it for something that's more than just, okay, this looks nice. It actually means something. You're actually following that same philosophy. You're a part of a group of people.
Yeah, the thing I like about you is you're such a smart person. Hey, such a smart person. So with that intelligence, I'm going to ask two questions. The first one is going to be, what are you going to tell yourself 5 years from now on camera? And the second one is going to be, for someone who might have an idea in their head about starting a business, because that's like I think it's like 70% of my audience does not have businesses, but they do want to learn and improve themselves. What would you tell them? So we'll start with what are you telling yourself 5 years from now?
What am I telling myself 5 years from now?
No, you
am I telling my future self that?
Yeah, you're telling your future self that.
Telling my future self. If I'm telling my future self that, I am telling him that I'm really, really proud of him. I'm very proud that he's been so consistent and disciplined and stuck to the morals and the values that I live by every single day. I think that is just a big part, and I think I'll be, really proud of myself that I have stuck to those three pillars that we're preaching and not just saying them and not actually living through them. So I think, just that I'm proud of myself in 5 years and that I have been living through those three pillars that we're preaching.
And then what would you tell yourself 5 years ago?
There is so much to learn. Don't think you know everything. So 16-year-old me, I was a 16-year-old boy. I'm not saying that I thought I used to know everything, but I thought that my intelligence was very high. Now, right now, I know because I've matured that there is so much more to learn in the world. Like you say that I'm an intelligent human. I don't think of myself like that because that is why I keep getting smarter and smarter and smarter and expand my brain, because I have that thought in my mind of, if you sit here and think, okay, I'm really intelligent, that's your limit. That's all you get to. But if you're continuing like, I've got to learn more, there's someone smarter out there, there's someone more successful out there, you're always pushing for more. And some people might think that that's bad, but that's where growth happens. If you're continually trying to get better and better and better and better.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I define intelligence as rate of learning, and I defined learning as same condition, new behavior. So if someone holds up a card with a red on it and then hits me in the face, they're faster. And then if he does that 10 times before I finally duck to dodge the punch, versus if I do it after 3 cards in the air, I start ducking, I call that more intelligent person, because the behavior has changed under the same conditions. So with that same definition, some of the questions I asked earlier is like, what's different, what's changed? Is because if you go to an event like this and your behaviors stay the same, it means you haven't learned anything. You're just there for entertainment, like literally. That's by my definitions. So whenever I do interviews like this, for example, an indicator of me learning something is something in my business has changed, and you've highlighted personal brand and the huge importance of it, and separating your personal brand from your business as well for the long-term effects. That will definitely hold a change in behavior for myself, at least, which means I've learned, because I didn't
agree with you more, mate.
think of it like as too important before this interview. Yeah,
for sure.
that's and then all right, so I know you read heaps of books.
Yeah, I love reading.
What book or idea has most changed your outlook on life? Because I know you like philosophy. Book recommendations.
What book? I have read so many books.
Actually, put up five, and I'll probably read all of them at some point.
You want me to say 5?
Yeah.
I think the most impactful was a book called The Secret, so I can get back to that.
Interesting.
Was The 5 a.m. Club.
5 a.m. Haven't read either.
48 Laws of Power.
That.
4th one was... what was the 4th one? I liked Mastery.
Mastery is really, really, really good.
And the 5th, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. That is a very, very... like, it's more... it's not proper English. It is past English, so you do have to be a little bit of a advanced reader. Not too much. It's not too hard, but you have to be reading for a little bit. You've got to be able to put things together, or you're just reading gibberish and it won't make sense.
Yeah, I've read a few of his books. Really, really smart guy, Marcus Aurelius.
Really smart.
Yeah, so The Secret. I have not read The Secret, but I do know what it's about. Why The Secret? That's so weird.
So it was a year and a half ago, and I was halfway through my second year at college, and I basically picked up this book. I heard it from Conor McGregor. So I seen a post from Conor McGregor, and he said the book that changed my life was The Secret. I was like, all right, what's this about? I got the book, I read it, and as soon as I started reading it, I was like, this stuff actually makes sense to me. This stuff is, and then I started practicing it. So for any of you guys that don't know what The Secret is a book about manifestation, and how if you think about something and you think about something constantly, it will come into your reality. Now, most people think that there's 2 ways this happens. One way, it's, okay, the universe is pulling it towards you, and it's a bit more mystical, a bit more magical. Some people believe that, a bit more spiritual. Other people think that it's more neurological and it happens in your brain. So your brain is so smart that if you constantly think about something without you knowing, your brain starts to do things that help you get towards that goal. So if I just keep manifesting, all right, I want to be a bodybuilder, I want to be a bodybuilder, I want to be a bodybuilder. If I'm continually thinking about that, yes, my conscious brain is going to help me get there, but my subconscious brain is what does most of the work. If I'm continually telling myself that, my subconscious brain will be like, right, don't eat that chocolate, don't eat them chips. Like, it will subconsciously steer me away from that. And it is really fascinating, because that also put me down a rabbit hole of how the brain works and psychology, and I just started to learn more and more about the brain, and The Secret and what I learned about the brain really just connected to The Secret. So it is crazy. Manifesting is real. If you think about something hard enough and you devote your life to it, it will come true. I can wholeheartedly promise you that. I truly believe in that.
That's so interesting. The reason I haven't read The Secret, because I know what it's about, but I don't believe in manifestation. I do believe in the concepts behind it, like top of mind. My phone, what if you can see, it's like full just motivational quotes, and then money on there, because I want to make a lot of money. I do believe if you obsess over something, you will get it, but that comes through action. And for it to be top of mind all the time, it's just constant reminders. I think of it as like, I just need to be reminded to keep doing the right things, which you could call manifestation, because I'm always thinking about it and I'm doing things.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's why I see it as both avenues, because I was skeptical about both avenues and I had to do more research, I had to do more learning to fully convince myself whether that it's real or not. And I totally agree with you. There's lots of people that are like, yeah, all right, it's too spiritual for me, or then other people are like, oh, that's not how the brain works. So it is, I think, is a perfect combination of both. I think either way
True.
will lead you towards your goals, and it is just whatever way your brain is wired.
Yeah.
So I can completely understand why you thought that, but it is more than just, yeah, some spiritual manifestation
Yeah,
stuff.
man.
Because yeah, as you said, top of mind, you're just continually thinking about it all the time, all the time. And people don't realize that you have a conscious brain, which is, if I purposely do something, that is what's being activated. But when you're habitual, when you're having a shower every morning, or when you're eating your food, that's your a subconscious brain, because you've done it so much, it kicks in the gear and it's just like autopilot. So it's your brain is really smart. It helps save energy, it helps save time by just activating that subconscious brain and becoming more habitual with your actions.
Yeah, literally. I completely agree. The secret, that's such a damn
That's good.
little curveball. Alright, we're gonna wrap this up with what's the hardest. So, okay, I know in business you make a lot of difficult decisions all the time, and it's shit. And half the time you don't know which one's correct. And this is what people don't tell you when it comes to running a business. You'll never know what way is right. Like you can do things a million ways, and as you grow in business, you have more resources, which also means further like avenues of growth are open to you, because now you have way more resources than you did at the start. Like, where am I going to put this money? Where do I need to invest my focus? And then you can start allocating, all right, staff wise, who needs to do what. So it frees me up to then pursue something else. Or shoot, is that even worth something to pursue? What other businesses can you collaborate with? Am I going to sponsor? Like little things. What's the hardest decision you've had to make for your business this year?
Manufacturing. So one of the big things with producing garments is your manufacturer. And if that is the key part of your business, so it is creating your product, and it's not just, all right, can they get access to the best quality materials? It's, can they speak English? Because a lot of the manufacturers in Australia don't have the qualities and the capabilities to actually provide you good garments. People think that China is really, really bad. Now, the thing with China is there's really, really bad, like worst of the worst, but there's also world class because they've been doing it for the longest. So we went through China, we went through Portugal, we went through Italy, went through France, we went through Australia, and we have found our manufacturer that fits with us because they can communicate in English well enough for us, because that is a big thing. You have to be able to communicate. So yeah, manufacturing is one of the biggest things. We've had a lot of issues with manufacturers and not being, we've found manufacturers that have good quality and they do make really good garments, but they don't talk English and they can't communicate to us. So we can't get our point across. So when we say we want this shirt to be navy or we want this shirt to be purple, it doesn't come out the way we want them to because they can't understand how we're communicating it.
I see. Wow, manufacturing. And that's such an integral part of the business too.
So
Yeah. And the quality too. That's so cool.
Yeah.
All right. And then to wrap it up, do you have any questions for myself? I usually don't do that. And I'll get you to shout out your socials one more time where people can reach you. I'm sure if they send you a DM that you'll answer it. Super smart guy. If you ever guys want any advice in terms of business, manufacturing, anything, philosophy, why he stays so motivated, what's helped him, do check out his page. He has amazing content all the time.
For sure. Yeah. So my Instagram's ashton.proctor with two R's. And then my brother's is Joey G Proctor. And then the YouTube is Proctor Brothers. So those are our social links. A question for you would be, what is the biggest risk you've had to take in order to get your business to where you're at today?
Financially, I put in $13,000 without making a cent. I also put in 4 months without getting a single client, and I just kept going. That was my biggest risk. Before I got my first client, I wanted to drop out. I was literally about to drop out because I was like, all right, look, I invested like 4 hours a day for 4 months, so I was definitely put in the effort. I definitely put in the money, And I was like, all right, maybe this is just the wrong avenue at my current skill level. I should do something else. And then month number 5, it was my dad that said, nah, keep going. I reckon it's going to turn out all right. That's when things started kicking off. But that was the biggest risk I took.
That's so important and so crucial, because you can't be attached to the rewards. And people say that all the time. It's you every single day when you're starting a business or doing anything hard in life. It's you can't be attached to the rewards, because every single day you can't wake up and be like, damn, I really need that, or I won't do this. It's you fall in love with the process. I know it's cliche, but you've got to literally fall in love with the process of doing the same thing every single day. Yes, you need to manifest your goals and have that vision, because vision is so important. But if you are constantly like, okay, I'm not going to do this, and you're managing it day by day and you're micromanaging where your progress is going, you are going to get in your own head, and as you said, you're going to feel like you want to quit, and you were on the urge of quitting, but look where you're at now. So it was definitely worth it.
Yeah. That was the biggest risk, financial. What's the biggest risk you're taking now? I mean, you can relate. When you start anything endeavor, you never know if it's the right thing to do or the correct avenue.
That's how you know you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
What my brother and I say is, if you don't know where you're going, you don't have a roadmap, and you can't see the future, and no one has done it before, that's how you know you're doing the right thing. Excellence can never be replicated. It can only be mimicked. If I try to be the next Steve Jobs, I will always be in Steve Jobs' shadow. If I try to be the first Ashton Proctor, I will be shining so bright, because no one can be Ashton Proctor like Ashton Proctor can. If you try to replicate someone's greatness, and that's what people try to do, that they try to go, okay, I want to go do this. So this is what this person did, and I should do this, this, and this. No, that's not how it works. That's why it is so great to be excellent in anything, in any endeavor in life. It is so hard because no one has done it before. And that is how you know you're doing the right thing.
I couldn't have said it. That's amazing. That's a clip for sure. I'm clipping that. All right. Thank you for today.